Hey everybody, welcome. It's time for another Street Fight Club podcast. Here we are back after a short hiatus, except for Chad because he is at Army. Chad's not here. I'm sorry.
He's like Pauly Shore. He's in the Army now, or whatever that movie was called.
Yeah, it was called that. But yeah, so Chad won't be here for the next few to several episodes. He's at Army for a couple of weeks, so yeah, no Chad.
I mean, what did he add to the conversation anyway?
He was basically worthless. You know, he did pretty good. he did pretty good on that episode that you weren't on, but you know,
that was a really good episode and nobody watched it. I'm very upset about that.
It did fine. It did about on par with some of the other lower ones. Anyways, so today we thought, and we've been wanting to talk about this a lot. Like, if you notice in the finest, I think it's in the Finest Ditched Us video. Never mind. It was in a video I couldn't post. Never mind. But we were talking. We've talked several times about talking about our first experience, or first movie theater experience. What the first movie we saw was, and stuff like that. And I'm not 100% sure, but I've got some early ones that I can go with. But Finest, I know that you know what the fuck you're talking about. So, what was your first theater experience? What did you go see?
The very first movie I saw was the Tim Burton Batman. My mom actually had to take me. For people who don't know us, there's like a much bigger town about an hour away from where we live, and she actually had to take me there to see it because our rinky-dink theater was not showing Batman at the time.
Yeah, okay.
And I just remember being like, I'm sorry, I have no idea. I mean, when that came out, I was like 5 years old. That's how old I was in my first movie experience.
I just can't imagine. And I get that it's a small town. It was only had the one screen in the one theater, but still, it's fucking Batman. You'd think they'd kick out whatever else, but anyway, yeah. So
I've also found out from working at the newspaper and looking at old ads that not only did they not get movies very often, when they got movies, they'd already been out for like a couple months. So often, we weren't getting movies when they came out here in Lebanon.
So it's basically like the Palace.
But probably charging regular prices.
Well, yeah, since that was the only thing that we had down there, so.
But anyway, I mean, I don't want to be too hokey, but I remember being like a crazy, almost magical experience because they had like the velvet ropes still. Like, they had them like zigzagging around where you could get in line. And I just remember, what in that, like, it felt like a really special occasion. And then about halfway through the movie, I puked, and we had to leave. So
what?
Yeah, I guess like I had the flu or something.
Oh, bro.
Yeah, it was horrible.
So you're telling me you made the entire hour-plus long trip to get to the theater, got to the theater, got inside, sat there and watched half of Batman, and then vomited?
Yeah, I mean, I was real excited. Watching Batman, I was like, this is pretty cool. I was like, oh, I feel horrible. And then I threw up everywhere.
Oh.
In the theater.
Did they, what did they do?
I don't know what happened. I just know that my mom immediately got up, took me out of there, and we left. Like, I don't even know if she said anything to anybody. We just got out of there.
Yeah, I probably wouldn't, to be honest with you.
That's
fucking sad, bro.
Real experience that I remember the whole movie through was my aunt took me to that crappy Star Theater that we were talking about to see the original Ninja Turtles movie. And
hell yeah, dude.
It fucking blew my mind. Like, I just remember thinking, like, how, like, it seems so real, like to a little kid or whatever. Like,
it was so awesome.
It's hard to explain because, like, it's so much different than CGI and what people, like, what my kids see now. Like, those were real things on the screen, and I thought they were real. As a kid.
Yeah,
I was
exactly.
Like,
you know what I mean? Like, now you take a kid and they're like, oh, that's computer graphics. I get it. It's like a cartoon, but not, you know what I mean? But when we were growing up and it's fucking actual people in suits, the shit seems real. You know what I mean? And you want it to be real. So that just adds to it all.
And there's that tangibility of, like, there's someone in the suit actually punching someone else or whatever. They're actually touching each other. Like,
right.
That's like we saw Guardians the other night, and it looks really real, but, like, whenever Drax or somebody interacts with Rocket, like, you can tell, like, it's pretty real, and I'll let my mind pretend, but it's not the same as actually touching something, you know. But
right. And it can, and I don't think it ever will be, man. I mean, you could get fucking shit that looks photorealistic, and there's still got to be something about it compared to a dude that's in a practical suit being a Ninja Turtle. You know, that's two very different things.
But anyway, like I said, it blew me away. And then at the end of the movie, the big climax where they fight 100,000 foot soldiers or whatever on the rooftop, and as they're climbing up the rooftop.
Spoiler for people who haven't seen this in 27 years.
Yeah, if you've not seen this 30-year-old movie, it's a spoiler heavy. But anyway, I remember as they're climbing up the building and more soldiers are showing up, foot soldiers, ninjas, they like start crawling through those not sewer grates, but like stormwater drains, like the half things on the side of the road. And I remember we had to cross the street because the parking for the place was across the street. And I remember seeing those and I'm like, man, I really hope some fucking ninja doesn't pop out on one of those. I don't know what I'm going to do. My aunt's not going to protect me. She can't fight a ninja. What's going to happen here?
And you didn't think that you'd be capable?
No, there's no way. I just knew I couldn't.
That's good.
I was only like 6.
I figured you were
So
strong.
what's one of your early ones?
I have a couple that I can remember, and I'm not sure if one of these was the first one, but one of the first ones I remember, I don't remember seeing the first Ninja Turtles in theater. I don't know if I actually did or not, but I don't remember it. But I do remember seeing Ninja Turtles 2 in the theater, and see, like, whenever I was at home and I would watch Ninja Turtles, the cartoon, I would help the fucking turtles fight. You know what I mean? Like, like they didn't know it, but I was helping them, and we were all best friends in one big family. So basically, I'm sitting in there in the theater, so stoked. I'm like, fuck yeah, dude, Ninja Turtles 2. I love the first one, so this is gonna be even fucking cooler. Sitting there, and I'm like, I wanted. They're immediately in a fight at the beginning of the movie, and I just wanted to get up and help them fight like I usually did at home. And I couldn't. I had to fucking hold myself. I'm what was that, 1991? So I'm 7 tops, and fucking I just wanted to hop up and fucking help him fight, but I couldn't, and that made me very sad. But I don't remember anything being super special. I think it was at the Star Theater, and I think that it was so full of people, and I was so young and didn't understand what was happening that, like, I got my ticket, which was like an actual ticket. You know what I mean? Like the ones that come in big rolls and shit.
Like a carnival, like if you were to like
yes, carnival ticket, right? And so I have this ticket, and I see someone hand their ticket to somebody to like get through, and I remember like trying to hand my ticket to like some random tall dude that was just in a hat. Like, I thought that he worked there, you know what I mean? And he was just like, why are you trying to give that to me? He's a full-grown adult. And I was just like, oh, okay, embarrassed fucking little 6 or 7-year-old. But yeah, so that was a good time. And then the only other one I really remember from being young was, and this is real weird because my grandma took me to see this, and we, like, I love my grandma and I was around her a lot whenever I was a kid, but we certainly didn't go out and do shit ever. So it was very strange that it was with my grandma, but we went and saw Super Mario Brothers.
Wow.
And that movie was so garbage, didn't make sense. If you're a kid and you're like, oh, I'm going to go see a Super Mario Brothers movie based on what you know about Mario, you might as well just shoot that kid in the face because, fuck, dude, they ruined everything. It was a horrible movie. And, I can't imagine what she must have been thinking while she's sitting there for 90 minutes or however long that shit is. And I remember even in the moment being sitting in there with my grandma, and I don't know, that came out maybe 93 or something like that, so I was a couple years older, and just feeling weird about it even then. Like, this is a strange pairing. Like, how did it, like, who didn't want to do the duty of taking me to Super Mario Brothers? That my grandma was like, look, I'll go in there with him if that's what it takes. You know what I mean? Because he's obviously, I must have been super excited about it. But
the first thing, like, your mom or your grandma was thinking, the first thing I want to do is go home and talk to his mom and say, get rid of that fucking Nintendo because this is the devil. Whatever we just watched I don't know what I just watched, but it has something to do with Satanism. It surely is.
And she had to think. I mean, you got fucking lizards walking around, and then the dude that's supposed to be Bowser. Oh my!
And the lizards had tiny heads.
Oh yeah, it was very. Awesome.
And there was like a living fungus that grew of the bombs, and we just like randomly drop bombs down for people to use.
And Yoshi was like not a Yoshi.
He looked like a raptor, like a
total raptor. I don't think raptor. Whenever I see Yoshi.
Yeah, he's like the rejected thing that they made for Jurassic Park. I'm like, oh, well, that's not good enough for our movie, but fuck, we'll sell it to those guys. They'll use it.
Yeah, but there is one lizard guy in there that just has a huge fucking body and like the smallest human-sized head, and
isn't there like a scene where it's a whole elevator full of them, and they're stupid, like they can't figure out how to get out of the elevator or something?
It's possible. Believe it or not, I haven't seen that movie probably since then, so I can't really remember a lot about it. But you know, I'm sure John Leguizamo was on point. He's always good, right?
Didn't he break his arm or something while they were making that? Him or Bob Hoskins?
I don't know.
I know that all three of the main people, like Bob Hoskins, John Leguizamo, and Dennis Hopper, have all said it was the worst movie they ever worked on in their whole life. Like the worst experience, even. And those people have been in some really bad movies.
I mean, yeah, that's true. It's just a shitty movie, man. I mean, I don't think that there's any redeeming qualities really about that movie, to be honest with you. And wasn't the princess, was she Daisy in the movie, or was she actually Peach?
I think she was Peach. I read something not too long ago, or maybe I saw it on YouTube, that Tom Hanks pretty much begged to be in the movie, and they told him no. And because they didn't think that he was a big enough star at that time.
Oh my
right
God.
after that, he did Philadelphia and won an Oscar. Had he been in that movie, he would not have been in Philadelphia.
That could have fucking tanked his career, dude, because he ain't get. I'm sorry, but if your last movie's Super Mario Brothers with that script and those effects, you're not getting Forrest Gump. I'm just putting it that way. But yeah, I mean, those are the ones that I can really remember. But I don't know.
I think the only other two, and these aren't the first ones obviously, but like the only other two movies that I remember making a really big effect on me as a kid was I saw Jurassic Park. Did you see that in the theater?
I don't think so. I don't remember seeing it in the theater, so I want to say no, but it seems like something that I would have been pretty stoked about.
Was that like 94 maybe?
Yeah, something like that. So yeah, fourth grade. Maybe I don't know. Maybe I just didn't know the right friends.
Another occasion where like, and at least at that time I was smart enough to know what movies were, and I still was like, man, this is fucking like this is amazing.
You're right.
And it still looks good. I mean, I took my kids to when I redid it in 3D or whatever. It was still just as good.
Yeah, that was a very well done movie. You know what I mean? Like you go from talking about Mario Brothers to fucking Jurassic Park. It's, you know, apples and oranges. But those are some good movies to see in the theater, especially if you're a kid, man, because you know you still have that fucking childlike wonder. So you know you're seeing some dinosaurs up there on the big screen. That shit had to be cool as fuck.
Right. I mean, there was adults that got blown away by that movie. So
yeah, I mean, I think everybody
was just like, what the fuck?
It's like our dinosaurs going to.
I don't even think it's a joke that picture that got spread around of Steven Spielberg sitting on the Triceratops or whatever, and everyone's like, "Hey, you shouldn't kill animals or whatever."
Oh, I don't think I've
seen that picture circulating. Yeah, I don't even think it was a joke.
But okay, so what was the other one?
The other one I saw, Homeward Bound: The Incredible Journey.
Oh, no, that's a hell of a movie.
Grandma took us with a bunch of kids, and
that's a movie a grandma can enjoy.
Yeah, I mean, she had a blast. She probably didn't even know what was going on. Those talking dogs.
Well, that white one there sounds like that young boy from Family Ties. Is that what
yeah. That cat sure is sassy.
Oh, God. But yeah, that's a really good movie. I was thinking about watching that again. I don't need to watch A Dog's Life or whatever that latest dog movie is. Just give me the classics, dude. Homeward Bound was the shit. What was that movie that came out at the same time, but it was just called like The Incredible Journey, but it was just Homeward Bound, just a different version. Do you know what I'm talking about? I would always see like an off-brand fucking Homeward Bound, and it's just called The Incredible Journey. But I never watched it.
There's like a '60s version that they don't talk, and like Walt Disney just narrates it. But I don't know about another.
Was it called Homeward Bound?
Hey, yeah, it's like the new one's a remake.
I don't know. I want to Wikipedia this, but I know I don't want to edit this later. Oops.
Whoops.
Whoops. The Incredible Hulk.
That's probably what you're thinking. The Incredible Hulk. I saw that movie in the theater. Or
maybe this is what I saw because it's what. Wait, did I see that with you? The one with Eric Bana?
Yeah, I think we all saw it because we went back to Matt's house and we're just like, what the fuck did we just watch?
That was not a good movie either. I mean, it's no fucking Mario Brothers. Maybe this is what I saw. Maybe they repackaged it like whenever Homeward Bound came out. But yeah, it's just called The Incredible Journey. All right. Anyway, I don't know because I never watched it, so I didn't know because it just looked like a ripoff of Homeward Bound.
All I know is that it's sad. They get hurt along the way, but they still make their way home. Okay.
Yeah, Shadow.
Shadow.
Isn't that the dog's name? The old guy. Oh yeah.
Yeah, the youngest champ. Is her name Sassy or Shadow? Shadow? It's either Shadow or Sassy.
The cat's not named Shadow. That's the old dog.
Oh, that's right. I have no idea then. I think her name is Aunt May. Because isn't she the...
Yeah. Or should it be Great Aunt May, Finest?
No, why would you say that? Everyone knows that it's just his regular aunt.
Yeah. Now. God, fuck. Anyway, yeah. So anyway, those are some of our early theater experiences. Let us know in the comments what your experience was, at least the one that you can remember. I've killed so many brain cells, it's hard for me to recall.
And if your first theater memory is past the year 2000, just don't even comment. Just keep it to yourself.
And if your first theater memory is getting an HJ, put all the details in the comments. I want it as detailed as possible. All right, so yeah, so Facebook.com/Street Fight Club Podcasts. I think you can find us on Twitter @FinestMassey, and yeah, give us a sub. We love you guys, and we'll see you next time.
Goodbye.